All right, today we're going to talk about the top 3 practices to get the best out of your FilterQuick 120 fryers from Frymaster. These fryers are automatic filtration fryers. They have a lot of neat features built into the touchscreen, and the fryers are going to prompt you to do the right things at the right time. And what you really need to do is if the fryer asks you to do something, do what it's asking you to do. The big 3 things that you need to focus on is filtration. If it's time to filter, it'll ask you to filter. If it asks you to filter, filter when it tells you to do that. The second thing is it'll tell you when it's time to fill the fryer up with oil. If the fryer's getting low on oil, there's sensors in the fryer that tell you it's low on oil. It'll tell you it's time to do that. Do like it tells you to and fill it up with oil. The third thing that it'll do is tell you to do a cleaning filter once a night. At nighttime, you have to do a longer filter process with the hose to wash down the back of the fryers to get the crud off the top of the tubes. So those are the things you need to do. If you follow those 3 things the fryer asks you to do, you'll get the best possible operating performance out of these fryers. When we talk about the filtration process, that's an automatic filtration process, which means that the employees only have a couple of seconds of labor involved. In the old world, you had to have 20 minutes for somebody to get out a stick and a hose and spend a lot of time manually manipulating the fryer to try to get all that sediment out of the bottom. With the new automatic filtration process, it's super easy. The fryer does all the work to clean the sediment off the bottom of the fry pot, and all you have to do is push the button to start it. And that means that the process, while the process itself may take 8 to 10 minutes to do the filter, the fryer is actually going to take care of doing the work so the employee can be doing other things. On top of that, during that filter process, the fryer keeps track of how fast the oil is returning to the system. In normal conditions, it's a pretty rapid return. In about 3 to 4 minutes, the whole fry pot will be full. It'll take longer than that as sediment builds up on the filter envelope. At some point, if it gets to where there's too much sediment on there, it's actually going to prompt the user to scrape the filter pad. If you get the prompt on the screen that says scrape the filter pad, the fryer knows it's taking longer and longer to fill back up. And if they'll just take the scraper and get the top level of sediment off that filter envelope, then it'll go back to filling fast again and then get more life out of that filter pad envelope. So again, the fryer's coaching your crews into doing the things they need to be doing. Same thing when it comes to the topping off the oil. If this fry pot is low on oil, the fryer knows it's low on oil, it's going to prompt the user to add more oil. Now in Popeye's operational procedures, what they want you to do is rotate oil from the mild pots down toward the seafood pots. And so if this fry pot's low on oil, it wants you to scoop oil from this fry pot into this one. And then if this one's low on oil, again, you'd scoop oil from this one into this one. And when you get to the last fry pot, if you do that, you're going to have a lot of oil that needs to be put in that last fry pot, and that's where you put the fresh shortening. So you're always rotating oil down toward the seafood pot and putting your fresh shortening in at the opposite end. This fryer understands that, and so if this one needs to top off, it actually says on the screen, add oil from that fry pot into this one. And so it's coaching your crews into doing the right thing to follow the Popeyes operational procedures. Same thing with our cleaning filter at night. At nighttime, you have to do a cleaning filter on each fry pot. Now, same type of process is used today with your older fryers where you have to get a hose and you have to clean everything out, but it's a lot of manual maneuvering of parts, and so you have to do one at a time. With the new clean and filter automated process, about half of the process is automatic. So when you start a cleaning filter on this fryer, it'll tell you to go ahead and scrub the vat. And after you scrub the vat, then you hit yes, it'll go through about a 4-minute process where it's going to clean the whole bottom of the fry pot all by itself. While this fryer is doing that process, you can go down to the second bank of 3 and start a clean and filter on that one. And by the time you get to the automatic process on that one, it'll be time to hook up the hose on this one, and it really only takes a minute or 2 to go ahead and wash off the sides of the fry pot and the tops of the tubes, and then it'll be an automatic process again. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. And so again, with the automatic clean and filter process, you're able to do twice as many clean and filters at a time because you can double up and you'll get through the entire clean and filter process in half the amount of time you would have done it before. So in short, these fryers are automatic filtration fryers. It's going to cut down on the amount of labor that it takes to get the fryers working the right way, but at the same time, it's going to let you filter more often, keep your oil fresher, and it's going to prompt you to follow the right operational procedures. So when the fryer asks you to do something, do what it asks you to do, and at the end, you'll end up with a much better product than you've ever had before.